Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? We're actually starting tonight's stream about an hour early. Something kind of came up. For those who don't know, the Passionately Casual podcast, they did an interview with Charles Boyd, and that is actually going to air tonight here on Twitch at 8 o'clock Central, I believe it is. So since I'm actually part of that show as one of their contributors, I wanted to make sure that I was off in time in order to have that show air. So I'll be hosting it here on this channel. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what Charles Boyd... I think Musko's in that interview too, but yeah, what Musko and Boyd have to say about things that are happening right now, so that should be pretty cool. So we're basically just going to play up until that show starts. Hey, Ron Allen, how's it going? Blood Hunter, Cassandra, Spice Lord, and Lobot. How you guys doing? And for all the lurkers in chat, you thought you missed it? Yeah, usually they do their show on Wednesday nights, which is why I don't stream Wednesdays. But for whatever reason, they decided to push it to tonight. But I still wanted to do a stream of my own, so. Hey, Murat. So, I'm actually working on this new warrior. Hey, Sniper K. Ended up getting the warrior to the fleet. We got some nice gear on her now. I don't have the leveling suit on her yet, which that is something that I forgot to do. Let me grab this here real quick. So this is a fresh playthrough? Yes, it is. Yeah, we'll make our way to DK as we're just kind of talking here. Where is my droid at?
Mess with us now.
I know, we're very dangerous. We need our other companion here. Got a question here. Your schedule says you're going to be online at 2:30 a.m. and right now it's 1:33. I think you must have just popped in and you missed my my opening. I'm actually starting an hour early tonight. And that's why the schedule is actually incorrect. It's off by an hour. You know, give or take. Yeah, so like right now, if you're looking for the exact time, it is 6:34 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Oh, you got that super crate from Quiplash, your Quiplash winnings. You got lots of expensive goodies. Well, good. Where's my cleaner droid? There it is. I should probably just put you on the bar. He is my mouthy companion. He doesn't shut up ever. All right, let's go to the north here. You're from Sweden, that's why it didn't make sense. Gotcha, gotcha. Hey, Phoenix One, how's it going? Do. I think your speeder's kind of on fire there, buddy. It's one of them rare ones you can't get anymore. Engine number 2 is out. Should we do Black Talon? I'm thinking no. Although, I think I will have to do the PvP thing once we hit 15. Black Talon is boring. Yeah, when you've run it like 1,000 times, absolutely. May not get the game until the new expansion comes out. Well, you might be waiting until next year. We'll just run it because we gotta hit a terminal up here in a second anyway. I so rarely do the S-list. Yeah, 6.0, the expansion, is either going to be late this year or early next year, most likely. Yeah, Hammer Station. That's the repeater, absolutely. Hey, don't scan vet. What's the matter with you, droid? I will destroy you. Alright, let's get through this conversation real quick. Now you're scanning me? How dare you? This guy, I love this guy. He's all like,
You're
me,
the
my
one,
lord.
yes. Not like the scabs that exited the shuttle with you. You radiate power, Lord. I bow before you. I serve Lord Barris. He sent me to meet his new apprentice, and I made sure I was here on time. I certainly did, yes indeed.
Yes, indeed. I'm here.
So, I'm met. Now what?
I'm just a slave who owes his every breath to the tolerance of Lord Barris. He said to introduce you to Dromond Cass, and I take that seriously.
Yeah, he does have the evil mustache. Hey, SWTOR John. Now, what do you say, that pretty lady? I'm gonna take you to Lord Barris now.
Get on with it, I don't have all day.
Right away. You don't have to tell me twice. Lord Barris ordered me to encourage you to explore Cass City before reporting to him. Imperials maintain the order, but they won't bother you. When you're ready, Lord Barris will meet you in his personal chambers. You will tell Lord Barris I was good? Yes? That I served well?
You did exactly what you were told.
You have my thanks, gentle Juggernaut.
Gentle
I bow my
Juggernaut.
head until you depart.
Wow, you showed remarkable restraint with him.
Don't think it'll apply to you.
No, of course not. Why would I ever expect that?
Wrong selection there. That's all right, though. You killed that guy. Yeah, I've killed him on other playthroughs as well. Barris gets kind of mad, but then he's also kind of like, whatever. I'll find another one. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what they do Phoenix 1. What are they really going to do for the entire year if indeed it's true that the expansion is not until fall or even next year? Because basically we only know through about July. Beyond July, you know, we have no idea what's going to happen, so... Although they keep adding more and more to that PvP update. It's getting really interesting. I haven't had a chance to read the most recent news post from the devs, but it sounds like they're going to be removing the bolster idea. Or not bolster, the hinder idea. Because what they were going to do is, as part of their big PvP update, they're changing like all of the existing battlegrounds. And as part of that, they said that they were going to make a bunch of big changes to Hut Ball. One of which being basically when you have the ball, you walk even slower than what you do now. And you can't use any movement abilities. But it sounds like they're not going to do that now.
Enjoy your stay.
So... Blame Kathleen Kennedy. I'm pretty sure she doesn't even know this game exists. You go up to her and you say, so what do you think about Star Wars The Old Republic? She'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. No, she's got nothing to do with it. You know, we've talked about it before. It all has to do with the limited resources that BioWare has in regards to this game. Everything's on Anthem right now. Hey, level 12. Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Mess with us now.
All right, I need to create a new tab here real quick. Generally, when I'm streaming, I need to not have general chat on because general chat is dumb. Let me remove that. There we go. With the mess of Battlefront 2, kind of seeing SWTOR as doing okay now. To be honest with you,
Destination?
I think here in just a couple of days at the EA press event, we're going to see what the real status of Star Wars is for EA. If we go through that event on Saturday and there are no Star Wars games there, then I think EA is in trouble. And by what I mean by in trouble, I mean in trouble with Disney even a little bit deeper than what we think they are. But I have a feeling like we're going to see a new Star Wars game on Saturday. That's my feeling. EA's pretty much abandoned Battlefront 2 in terms of DICE resources as well. I haven't really been keeping up on Battlefront 2, so maybe you're right. I have no idea. The only thing I do know is they just came out with a big free DLC for Battlefront 2. So I would say that they're not entirely out of resources, not unless that's the last big DLC that they're doing. I don't know. The Respawn one sounds interesting. Well, I don't think anything's been said about it. There's no public info on that game that I'm aware of. All right, you ready for this vet? Where's our droid? All right, there he is. Okay, here we go. What's he looking at, by the way? He's just staring at the Imperial flag there. Wait, what'd you say to me? Don't go hiding under his desk.
Not a minute too soon. Your timing is impeccable.
Did it just get considerably colder?
I see you decided to keep the slave. I hope she amuses you. I trust you've been acquainting yourself with your new environs. Did my minion point you in the right direction?
What time is E3 on Saturday? I'll pull up the schedule. There's the schedule. So, yep, we'll be hosting all of the E3 press conferences right here on this channel. Elise, JT, and I will be doing a pre-show, a post-show, and the main conference for every single one of those. So if you guys want to hang out and watch them with us as we sort of commentate along with them, that's going to be the schedule, so it should be a lot of fun. I've actually been doing coverage on E3 for 10 years. This will be my 10th year doing coverage, so it should be pretty cool. It's only the second year that we've done the actual live coverage, though.
His pointer finger was a bit twitchy.
A byproduct of constantly fearing for his life. but it keeps him in line, doing the trivial tasks that need tending to. Your responsibilities will mandate contact with my various minions, meet my directives, and you may do as you will to anyone you encounter, adversary or ally.
You can trust that I'll use good judgment, Master.
I have painstakingly built a vast network of spies and operatives embedded throughout the Sith, Republic, and Jedi alike. I have fingers, eyes, and ears everywhere.
You've successfully infiltrated the Jedi Order?
Yes, my operatives are completely undetected, and I wish to keep it that way. I track our enemy, weakening and influencing them from within, waiting to strike. You're my enforcer, deployed to protect my interests, intimidate my rivals, and destroy my enemies. It's time for your tenure to begin. A military starship is touching down at the Kos City cargo port, delivering a vitally important prisoner to me. You will meet Commander Lanklin at Docking Bay 12 and make sure he and his men successfully offload this prisoner.
I would be more than proud to help.
My green
You
eyes.
must always assume that we are being plotted against, especially when the stakes are high. The importance of this prisoner cannot be overstated. Go to the cargo port now and stay sharp. You are dismissed.
I actually like that outfit that I created. That's nice. It actually looks really nice on her. So, SWTOR John, you're saying, honestly, you don't think Disney really cares about video games? Well, Disney used to have their own gaming studios, and they shut them all down. So, maybe. But it could be that they didn't want to run it internally, and they just wanted to outsource everything, so... It's really hard to say. Jim thinks I'm old. Wait a minute. A Sony Mega Drive games? All of your tunes have green eyes. Somebody was asking the streams that we're going to be doing. Hold on. I don't remember. I always got to pull up that schedule. That's why I have it handy. All right, hold on. So, yeah, 7 p.m. BST is that EA press event that we're going to be doing. Yep. And then Microsoft's on Sunday at 9. And then Bethesda is 2:30 a.m. BST, if you guys really want to get up that early to see that one. And then we've got a 9 p.m. BST and 11 p.m. DST, another 2 a.m. for Sony, and then Nintendo at 5. So, yeah, they do those pretty late or pretty early for that time frame. Oh, no, Phoenix 1, I never did. Completely forgot about that.
Wow.
Yeah, Bethesda, I think, should have a really good conference this year. Hopefully, we'll be seeing a bunch on their new, what could be an MMO called Starfield, a new sci-fi open world RPG, multiplayer, something or other. And then we got Fallout 76 to see exactly what that's going to be. Maybe some stuff on ESO. Actually, speaking of ESO, if there's anybody in chat who actually plays ESO, they announced today that they're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff in that game for E3. I think it has something to do with actually watching their conference, and then you get free stuff somehow. I would have to go back and look at their tweet. But I retweeted it. I just thought it was interesting. New Assassin's Creed. Yeah, that one's already been leaked. I hope they don't do it this year. I don't want AC to be getting back to, you know, every single year. Don't do that. That's what kind of ruined the game in the first place. Go back to doing it every, you know, do it every 2-3 years. Wait, was that droid? Hey, Miss Peavy, how's it going? Is that confirmed, Phoenix 1? Let's see. Assassins. I'm going to look it up here real quick. I don't think they have set a date. Assassin's Creed Odyssey release date. No, droid. We are not going to the ice cream stand. You can mouth off all you want, droid. I don't care what you say.
Another loyal devotee.
Concord, thank you for the follow. And as Yoda might say, the king found some in heaven. Man, I need to warm up that voice before I do these streams. So the one thing I'll say, Phoenix One, is make sure you are bringing the facts. Yeah, there's no release date officially. Could be this year. We don't know. Okay. Hey, listen. Hey, stop. You stay here.
All right, man, let's hurry up and get this hunk of carbonite to its owner.
Hey, Captain Oblivious. Boo.
Oh, I didn't see you enter. Lord Barris didn't need to send a welcoming party.
I'm here to make sure you
Another
do your
loyal
job.
devotee.
I hardly think that's necessary. My men and I have performed much more dangerous duties for Lord Barris. The prisoner is frozen in carbonite, so he's not a flight risk. And this is friendly territory. Surely we're safe here.
You never know. You never know. Geiler, if I'm saying that correctly, thank you for the follow.
Sith interests are complicated.
Yes, my lord. Whatever you say. Let's get this oversized block of ice to your master.
I sense something. A presence that I haven't felt since...
Not
Never.
so fast. My master ordered that block of ice. So step away from the carbonite man and no one ends up in a grave.
Who are you?
Your name, now.
My name is of little importance.
That's a weird name. Of little importance?
Whether that includes your own lives as well is up to you.
Looky. If it ain't SWTOR, your master be wanting the froze man too, huh?
And who are you?
Too bad for you. It mine.
I think introductions are in order.
Fine. I am SWTOR, and this ignoramus is Tumar. My master and the slime Tumar takes orders from don't exactly like each other.
My slime crush your master with Pinky.
I'm such a fool. I'll never doubt Lord Barris again. What do we do?
We kill them all.
I know you're Sith, stranger, but I think your bravado is ill-advised.
We got ideas, SWTOR. How about we play wishbone with the talker? Bigger half get the spoils.
A truce, then. You stood a chance against one set of us Sith, but even a master Force user can't beat these odds.
Time to roll the dice, then. Attack!
Time for killing, boys!
Then they bring the smallest possible gun to the fight. And 1 down, and 2 down, and 3 down. Hey, Agent Iron Spider, how's it going?
When we get
Oh, you
a
got that
chance, let's
sniper
talk.
over there. E3 Ubisoft chatting about it Monday, a bit about it on GameSpot.
I see more ambushers on the way. Maybe you can hold them off while my men and I make a run for it and deliver the prisoner to Lord Barris.
Got it.
I'll cover you. Go.
Come on, man. Double time.
Yeah, the Ubisoft press conference, that should be a really interesting one. I have a feeling like we're gonna see a new Splinter Cell. Of course, they'll show Assassin's Creed. I'm sure we'll see more on Skull and Bones, which should be interesting. Trying to think what else they have this year. Maybe some more on The Crew 2, but that actually comes out in a couple of weeks, I think. What else does Ubisoft have this year? Because last year they showed games like Steep, which is already out. They showed South Park, which is already out. Oh, they've got Division 2. Cyberpunk, that will show up at either Microsoft or Sony. One of the two. If Sony actually manages to get both Red Dead and Cyberpunk, then that's going to be a pretty good show. But I think Microsoft will have one of them. Not so much better. Oh, I'm thinking that we'll see quite a bit on Cyberpunk. I don't know if they'll show us gameplay though, like real gameplay. I don't know. It's the same team that did Witcher 3. Yep, CD Projekt Red.
Langlin informed me of the ambush at the cargo port. Apparently there are more eyes on us than even I thought. I have felt a disturbance in the Force. It leaves doom imprinted on my dreams. A grave and mysterious threat that could bring down my entire power base.
Open it up.
This frozen man is a top Republic agent captured while investigating my most deeply embedded spy on Nar Shaddaa. One of my invisibles. The Force grants me a vision of doom. And immediately, my untraceable spy, who has left no footprints, no trail, is almost exposed. It makes me furious.
It could be just a coincidence, Master.
It is not coincidence. I can feel it. I must learn what tipped off the Republic agent. He is the key to uncovering the nature of this threat. Now, while I thaw the prisoner and painfully cipher
He's like
every
looking for like a
morsel of
key or
information
something.
I can from him, I have some concerns that require your special talents.
I'd like to stay and watch the torture, my lord.
Yuck. Please, no.
You can watch me torture the next prisoner. Go to the Imperial post in the jungles outside the city. Commander Pritch is stationed there. He has a seek and destroy task for you.
It'll be done before you know it.
I must tend to the torturing of this miserable Republic agent. Waste no time. I have more for you to do once this is complete. You are dismissed.
Do what must be done. Show no mercy. Is this better? Nope. We're leveling quick, vet. Barris needs an attitude adjustment. Permanently. Oh, don't worry. It's coming. Or is it? Eddie's. What are you guys talking about over here? Whole lot of nothing.
Destination?
But yeah, kind of going back to our E3 chat, I'm just ready to get tomorrow over with and start my vacation. E3 is like my favorite week of the year. Just hanging out, doing video game shows. Just talking with you guys. I've been just kind of mentally thinking about all of the other side shows that I want to do. You wanted to kill him in Chapter 1. Whoop. Did I ever do a Fleet Datacron guide? No, I never did. Because in order to actually do that guide, I need a full team of people to do it with me. Erp. Are you going to E3? That will be... What now? Great, you think anyone from SWTOR will be there? Well, officially, SWTOR is not going to be there. But with that being said, I did hear a rumor, and I'm going to officially just flag this as a rumor, that some of the SWTOR devs might be there. For what reason, I do not know. So, Cassandra, you can help me out with that guide. Just need to get some people from Unholy Alliance together, and we could do it. SWTOR 2, no, that's not going to happen. Because we know that they are working on another Star Wars open world game. I don't see them having two open world games running at the same time. Or maybe, just maybe, they'll be different enough to where they can actually pull it off. But my fear is, here in a couple of years, when that game goes live, why would people still play this game when there is another Star Wars multiplayer open world game out that looks better and probably plays better? Why would you keep playing this game? That's the question. Yeah, for the Fleet Datacron, I'm trying to remember, you need... At a bare, I mean, the more people, the easier it's going to be, but bare minimum you need, what is it, 7 or 8, I think. You'd keep this game because Spacebar, Arby's, and Decos. Well, what if the other game has that too? Which I'm sure it would. It'd probably have, you know, a character creator and all this and that, but... Hey, Beware. That's actually a good point. People keep playing Diablo 2 instead of 3. Not as many, but still. Well, there's also a lot of people who would say that Diablo 2 is better than Diablo 3. A lot of people hate Diablo 3. If anything, a lot of people who want to play that type of game, they've actually moved on to Path of Exile. If you're looking for Discord information, it is down below the stream. Hey, Eternal, how's it going? Bare minimum is 4 players. Is there some new strat that I'm not aware of, Agent Iron Spider? Because there's the part with the doors where there's 3 panels, and then you have somebody on the bridge. I'm just mentally going through that right now, because it's like, all right, then they would open up the bridge, then that one person would go across. So can you do the bridge part with just 4 people? For some reason, I'm thinking that you needed more than that. Two players can man the panels. You don't need 3. You have to all channel at the same time, right? Ron Allen, you said you still play this game because of the stories. Do not think any new Star Wars, whatever game would have the class stories and stuff. Yeah, you're right on that. Odds are that they would probably only do 1 story, not 8, if they did a new game. Yes, you just have to be fast. Well, I'm just trying to decide. If I were to do a guide, it's like, do you show it? Do you show a guide with only 4 people, or do you do it with the recommended amount of like 7 or 8? Because like I said, the more people you have, the easier it is. I think I would probably show it with 7 or 8 and then just explain on how it could be done with 4.
Commander Pritch at your service, my lord. Lord Barris informed me you'd be paying us a visit. I'm prepared to offer full assistance.
Aren't you a good little soldier?
Lord Barris has always found me so, Lord. Permit me to update you on the situation here. There's been much unrest in these parts recently, my lord, capped off by a violent slave revolt that has the surrounding jungles overrun with armed slaves.
Then they're not slaves anymore, are they?
I stand corrected, my lord. Former slaves. What no one knows is that Lord Barris orchestrated the insurgents to disrupt one of his rivals, and he wants his involvement kept secret. Now the slave captains who led the revolt are threatening to expose Barris's involvement unless they receive more potent weapons.
Plus, it would be all shooters and no force users. That's I don't know about that, Ron Allen. Did you ever play any of the like Jedi Knight games, Ron Allen? Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, anything like that? Those were, force users. Never know. I actually have a feeling that I don't know. I was gonna say that I could see them doing a non-force user game, like a bounty hunter game or something like that, but it's like, on the other hand, we haven't had a single, well, I keep countering myself with my own thoughts here. I was gonna say we haven't seen a single player, force user Star Wars game since Force Unleashed 2. But with that being said, EA said that they would never do another single player Star Wars game, and that's why they canceled the Amy Hennig game. So it doesn't matter, because whatever we're getting is going to be multiplayer.
Slaves, they're never satisfied.
I'd just be happy if you took the stupid shock collar off.
I'll take it under advisement.
I see you know how to handle slaves, my lord. You'd think they know better than to blackmail a Sith Lord. Lord Barris wants you to kill enough of the blackmailing slave captains to make the others lose their resolve.
But that's the big thing, right? If a new Star Wars game does get announced on Saturday, it's not going to be a single-player game. It's not going to be a single-player RPG. It's going to be a multiplayer something.
Just tell me where to go.
The slaves are scattered throughout the area, but the captains tend to congregate near the unfinished Colossus. I'll wait here for your return.
Takes guts to sit here and wait, don't you think?
Take it up with the commander. I'm sure he'd appreciate the constructive criticism.
Nah, I think I'll let him live in shame.
Yeah, for Force Unleashed, I personally really liked the first one. But the second one kind of went off the rails a little bit. Especially the entire ending sequence was just like, ugh. It was just weird, right? You want a Star Wars game where you start on a non-Force user, then become one later on? So basically, you want another Coder. That's what you want. That's Coder 1 and Coder 2 in a nutshell.
Just when you thought there weren't enough big statues on this planet.
EA should lose their license. That's not going to happen either. What will happen, though, is Disney will just allow other companies to make games. Because if EA loses the license, this game is gone. Something to think about. No, they'll simply take it back to how it was back in the day. Back when LucasArts was still around. You know, you had LucasArts making games, you had BioWare making games, Obsidian was making games. Whichever company made, like, Galactic Battlegrounds. So you basically just had multiple companies making games. And that's what we need to get back to. That is what will get us the new big single-player RPGs that everybody really wants. That'll be the only way that it happens. Bring back Command and Conquer. The really weird stuff, you bring back like Ric Flair. That's what you want, Phoenix 1? Wasn't Tim Curry in that too, in one of those? It's like, it's Commander Ric Flair, woo! I'm just gonna stand here and take your orbital strike. Hey, Rafferty. Just keep killing all the dudes. Oh, you know, and then of course we had Star Wars Galaxies back in that time frame too, and that was done by SOE at the time. So again, it's just you had multiple companies working on Star Wars games. You know, that time frame, that's when we saw the best Star Wars games. Man, it would be so awesome if we could get back to that. Yeah, them giving it to EA as an exclusive license, it's destroyed Star Wars gaming. We could have, you know, over the last 10 years, we could have had so many more Star Wars games. Alright, return to Commander, what's his name? A Star Wars game the size of Elder Scrolls would be cool. The question is, Blood Hunter, is would you want it in first person? Or would you do that in third person? I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, another, you know, Republic Commando. That'd be cool. Yeah, you're right. Galaxies. That'll never be the same. Because the community was just, you know, everything in that. I'm actually curious. Hold on one second. Let me grab something. Be right back. I want to grab that box. Maybe all the boxes. Okay, hold on. Let me organize this mess. Because I was curious. Oh, that's right. This was made by Activision. That's crazy. It's like stuff rumbling around in there. All right, show and tell time. Show and tell. As my game is just... Oh, there it goes. Alright, so I actually have the original boxes, so hold on, let me move this so I can see it. Alright, so here we go, as the light is bouncing off it. Here we go, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, the original PC box. There's your super awesome graphics for the time. Hold on, let me make this bigger. There you go. Get the camera to focus. So yes, this was actually Activision and Raven. I don't even know what Raven is anymore. So there's that one. The one that came before it, though, this is like a metallic box. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. This was done by LucasArts. The lightsaber is even kind of glowing on this. The last bastion of Kyle Katarn. Classic. I love this box. I love that, like, chrome sort of, like, finish on it, right? That's such a cool box. Alright. Then, of course, let me move these. And, of course, you got... This one actually doesn't even say SOE on it, but we know SOE was the devs behind... Actually, it does say it on the box, on the back. There's SOE on the back. But this one actually opened up. They don't do this anymore. Hold on, where's the other thing? It is your destiny to play one of these. Again, like, look at all the species that you could be. All right, hold on. So we've got... Can I get them all in frame here? Twi'lek, Bothan, Mon Calamari, Trandoshan, Zabrak, Wookiee, Human, and Rodian. Those are all of the possible species that you could be in that bad boy. So that's cool. And then of course, jump to light speed. Real space combat in an MMO. We need this so bad.
Another loyal devotee.
Reindeer 86, thanks for the follow. We need this so bad in this game. Real open space combat would be so cool, right? So cool. Shrink myself back down. Shoot. Hey, streaming Hawkeye. Yeah, later on, they added even more playable species. They added a Thorian. I'm trying to remember what they look. Actually, does this even tell me? The JTL box? Oh, according to the box, the JTL box, it says they added 2. One was a Thorian. What the heck was the other one? Do I still have the book in here? There is no book. I got the CD. Celeste? Yeah, you might be right. Anywho. Yeah, cool stuff. But that just kind of goes back to my my point about back in that time frame. You figure 2001 through, I don't know, 2008 maybe? I'd have to get some exact dates on that. It's just there were so many companies that were doing Star Wars games, and that's when we saw the best Star Wars games ever made. Actually, hold on. So Jedi Outcast 2, that came out when? Is there a date on this box? 2002. Alright, and then when did Jedi Academy come out? 2003. Really? These games were only a year apart? Huh. Crazy. And then we know that SWG was 2003. Combat was so awful in SWG. Well, the thing about that is, again, we're talking about 2003. This was before World of Warcraft, and the big MMOs out at the time were stuff like the original EverQuest and stuff like that. I mean, Galaxies was still a tab target MMO, but it was just, yeah, it was just very clanky. But that's how games were back then. It's like if you go back and you play the original Coder now, that game is super clanky. Just the way that it's done and the way that it looks. And GSF is sort of open space combat. No, not really. Not compared to what Galaxies was.
Welcome to Kid Lee's dojo, yes, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Lobot1980, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. I really do appreciate it. I think you were actually subbed before, so it's actually a resub, but I do thank you very much. The only thing you really miss from SWG was the space combat. The thing that I miss from SWG was the crafting system and then the community that was based around it. Because I've told this story before here on stream, but I'm going to tell it again. There was this gal who was in our guild, and we had this big town. And for those who don't know, in Galaxies, the crafting system was so huge. It was such a major feature of the game that one of the things you could do was you could actually design and own and run your own shop. And I mean from scratch. I mean, you could literally build the building from the ground up, design the inside, put down the NPCs, aka the vendors, wherever you wanted. You could clothe the vendors. You could do custom shoutouts. So somebody would enter in your shop. The NPC would say something to them. You could customize that. It was amazing. But this gal told me one day she actually had her own clothing shop. So if you wanted, you know, custom clothing or that kind of thing, you would go to her and she would do custom orders and that kind of thing. So she told me one day, she says, you know, I absolutely love this. This is my favorite video game of all time.
Enjoy your stay.
Never in a million years in real life would I be able to actually do this, where I could sit here all day, make clothes for people as they come in. I can talk to them. We can have a good time, and it's just, as I said, it's something that I'd never be able to do in real life, and the fact that I could actually do it in this game, it's just absolutely amazing. And that's just, that story and that conversation with her is something that I'll never forget. And that's what that game was. That's why that game means so much to so many people. Is it was truly a game that was ahead of its time. The fact that you could do that, it was just amazing.
Ah, my lord, you've returned. I take it many slave captains have died this day.
No, Lieutenant.
Are you surprised, Imperial?
Oh, I didn't mean to doubt you. Please take no offense. I must stay, my lord. It's been inspiring watching you work.
No doubt.
I'm sure it has.
I'll inform Lord Barris that the situation has been handled.
And what's really amazing about the SWG crafting system is the fact that nobody's tried to copy it. I was actually listening to another a podcast the other day that was talking about this very subject, and that's actually something that they said. Didn't World of Warcraft copy the SWG talent system? No. No. They're not even close. Now, World of Warcraft kind of came up with its own thing, and then everybody copied World of Warcraft.
Enjoy your stay.
Blue Fight Milk, thank you for the follow. No, I actually showed this. You know what? I'll go ahead and do it again. Here, just briefly. This stream has kind of turned into just a talking stream, which is okay. Again, if I can remember where I found that thing last time. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. So, if you've never seen what the Galaxy's progression system looked like, here it is. Now, of course, World of Warcraft has got levels. Star Wars Galaxies did not have levels. And this is what it looked like. So, there were over 20 professions. And instead, you had this. You had skill points. And you simply built your character off of skill points. Now, each one of these things, so let me go to Marksman here for a second. So each one of these boxes had stuff in it. So if we go to Pistols 3, you'll see that you get an ability, you get placed shot, and then you also get a pistol defense 5, pistol accuracy 10, pistol speed 5. But you basically just used this to create the character of your choice. So let me give you an example of what people would do. So you would start out with one of these here on the side, your basic profession. So let's say you want to be a bounty hunter, right? Okay, what kind of bounty hunter you want to be? Let's say we go just classic bounty hunter, all right? Nothing crazy. So we go marksman, we're going to go master marksman. Okay, we're down to 173. You'll see that you have to actually go up certain trees in order to unlock certain things. So you actually have to go up range support to unlock a bounty hunter. So we've unlocked a bounty hunter now. We go to bounty hunter, and we're going to go master bounty hunter. Boom, we're down to 81. Now from here, this is where you sort of specialize a little bit. And again, we're going to go classic bounty hunter, so let's go rifleman. And let's go master rifleman. We have 18 points left. I am then going to put that 18 points into... Let's see. Let's say smuggler, which we have unlocked right here via this tree. And let's go up the dirty fighting tree. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, never mind, I'm out of points. What did I... Oh, I had to go through... All right, hold on, let's back off on that. I actually couldn't quite do that. Instead, you know what? I'm changing my mind. Let's go to medic. And we're going Novus medic, medical support 1. Okay, so that's our character. So in Galaxies, we would have been a master marksman, master bounty hunter, master rifleman. That's how you would have classified your character. Because again, there are no levels, and there was no way to actually see what somebody was, which was one of the cool things about Star Wars Galaxies, especially the PvP. Because if you think about the PvP in SWTOR or in World of Warcraft or whatever, you just look at the person and you can say, oh, they're a Sith Marauder. Oh, they're a Shaman. You know exactly what they are. In Galaxies, you couldn't do that. You could look at somebody and you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna do PvP with this person. I have no idea what they are because I can't tell. Open world PvP was amazing because of that. You never knew what you were going against until they started fighting you. But that's if somebody were to ask you, so what kind of character do you have? That's what you would say. You would say, oh, I'm a master marksman, master bounty hunter, master rifleman. Then they would say, okay, you're probably a mind bleed specialist. And you go, yep. So, anywho, enough of that. I could talk about Galaxies all day. Have I heard about the Skyrim Royale? No, I have not. And you know the funny thing, Blood Hunter, before they canceled EverQuest Next, that's what EverQuest Next was going to be like. They were doing no levels, I don't think, and they just had a massive tree like that. So you could just go through all the different variations to create a character, which is really cool. But I'll tell you guys, the game that you should be keeping an eye on, because I think the game is going to be very similar to Galaxies in many ways, is going to be... yeah, right. Just a bad joke. And the name of the game just escaped my head. Because Novik distracted me. Hashtag blame Novik. Wow. What is the name of the game that I'm thinking? New MMOs. Why am I drawing a blank on this? Ashes of Creation. Thank you. Because actually, Ashes, they had a live stream just a couple days ago. And in that live stream, they announced that they are doing the Galaxies thing of being able to run your own business and having NPC vendors. So that is really, really cool. 12 gauge online. Traditionally, that is not something that people allow. Because if you think about it, if you were actually streaming, or if you were doing content on YouTube, and then somebody comes in and says, hey, go check out this other guy, that's not very nice. So that's why people don't do that. What are your top 3 things you would like to have happen to SWTOR? Oh boy. Now, there's 2 ways that I could answer that question, Wargames. One would be my realistic answers, because I know of SWTOR's limited resources. Or we could do what I wish would really happen, right? So, here real quick, my realistic expectations for this game would be they would do another just full new planet. That'd be one. But that's really hard too. Realistic expectations, that's hard. So a full new planet. It would take everything that they've got to do it, though. Yeah, Naboo. I totally agree with that. Naboo. To overhaul crafting, they wouldn't do that. That's not realistic. In my opinion. Yeah, you know what? A new class, I would put that at number 2. But it would have to be a hero class. Them doing another new class from scratch, a new 1 to 50 class, that'll never happen. That would go on the other list. So a new class, a hero class that would start at like 70 or 65. That'd be number 2. And number 3 would be. Again, it's so hard. It really is. You know what? Number 3 would be for them to redo the housing system, get away from plugs, and go with a freeform placing system. That I think they could do. Now, if we go into what are my crazy things that I would love to see in this game, the first would be pure open space combat, identical to Star Wars Galaxies, except for, you know, just make everything newer and better, right? That'd be number 1. Basically, every single planet in this game would have a full 360-degree open space around it, and then you could just hyperspace from system to system. And maybe there's some areas in wild space you can explore, and that would open up crafting and that kind of thing. So that would be number 1. Number 2 would be the thing that we just talked about that I said no to, and that would be a new 1 to 50 class from scratch. So that's number 2, and then number 3 would be massive PvP war zones. I'm talking massive, like 50 on 50, 100 on 100 war zones that have full vehicle combat and that kind of thing. So that would be my 3 crazy things for this game.
All better.
No sound. Twitch is being twitchy. If you want naked people, Phoenix 1, go play Conan. South Shore versus Terran Mill, yeah. Or, you know what, you go back to the early days of WoW, and whenever I talk to WoW players or ex-WoW players, when you talk about PvP, they all bring up one thing, and that was Altaric Valley. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, you'd be in that war zone for 8 hours and get nowhere, and it was amazing, right? People would say, oh, I'd get up in the morning, and I'd be in that war zone, and I'd leave to go to school, and then come back, and it's still going on. I can jump back in and just keep at it, you know. Hey, Haley, how's it going? So, that's one of them that's just crazy. No, and you're totally right, Telly. The engine couldn't handle 50 people. You're right. You're right. Still holding out for a neutral force class. You know, they could do that. I would put that under the category of they could do it. A neutral faction, they could do it. Blue Fight Milk, thank you for the biddies. You recall a match of AV that lasted days, up to a week, only ending because of maintenance? Oh yeah. Yeah, good times. Yeah, with the whole, you know, Knights of the Fallen Empire thing and the Alliance thing, they are missing out on so many opportunities right now. Like, as an example, the whole neutral faction thing. You know, now that the traitor storyline is over, and the developers said that we're going back to Republic versus Empire, this would be the perfect time for them to actually introduce that neutral faction. You know, your character being basically the king of the universe or queen of the universe or whatever, maybe you don't want to go back to the faction that you were at before. Maybe you want to just remain neutral and go at the story from that point of view. You know, right now would be the perfect time for them to actually set up something like that. You know, if not, you know, a year ago when the Alliance thing was really strong. Because you kind of were already a neutral faction. It just wasn't, you know, official. And then the other thing is the Knight of Zakul class, which is something I've talked about a bunch. If they were going to do a Knight of Zakul class and have that be the hero class, now is the time to do that. Because it's like, you know, everything's in shambles, so to speak, and you've got all those Force users out there that maybe don't know what they should be doing. They could easily create that. Right? But there's, you know, possibilities for them to work that in. Yeah, who knows? Should do the Fatal Alliance book with a hex at 40 years. Yeah, I was always surprised that they never brought that up in this game. You don't understand why we have to be the best thing in the galaxy. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was one of them weird things. Cassandra. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Or, you know, the other thing that I've heard is, okay, maybe they're not going to do a hero class, but just take all the current classes and then add yet another subclass or two onto them. And I look at that and I'm kind of like, it depends on what they would do with it. You know, if you take this jug as an example, let me bring up the thing. So right now, as an example, you've got the Sith Warrior. Branch number 1 is Jug versus Marauder. Then from there, it branches to 3, right? They would have to do something really good in order to branch that out even more. The other thing they could do is that initial branch of 2, make a third one for that, but again, make it really good. As an example, for the Jedi Knight Sith Warrior, have that third branch be a non-force melee character. That would be a thing. And that's what I'm talking about. Something like drastic, right? For the bounty hunter, you could maybe do like an actual rifle or sniper rifle based bounty hunter. Although I don't know if that's quite a big enough of a transition. Be interesting though. Hey, G69, how's it going? Yeah, you may have missed a bunch of our conversation, G69, but for EA and BioWare, it all comes down to time, money, and resources, which is something that they just don't have a lot of. So, gotta have realistic expectations for this game. What keeps me playing this game, you always got burned out, and when you push through the parts you found boring, you didn't know what to do at max level anymore. For me, it just comes down to basically just doing the content on the game, you know, streaming it, doing YouTube videos, that kind of thing. And we've got a lot of new people here in chat. For those who don't know, I'm actually a BioWare influencer as well. But yeah, like many of you, I have just grinded this game over and over and over again, and there's you know, I'll be honest, when I'm not streaming this, I don't play this a lot in my free time. But you know, there's times that I do. It's just one of those things where if there's other games coming out, then I tend to play a lot of those other games, you know, like God of War, and you know, we streamed Detroit Become Human and that kind of thing, but it really kind of depends what's going on and what's coming out and that kind of thing. But one thing that I always find to be really amazing is there are some people who I've talked to where this game is actually their first MMO. And there's some people who play this game and they play nothing else because they love it so much, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine. You know, I'm not one of those people. But if you are, then I'm happy for you. Hey, Darth Alu. You played this game since pre-launch. Wish you had more time to finish the last 3 class stories. G69, this was your first MMO? Oh, cool. Yeah, I want to say off the top of my head, I probably played at least 5 other MMOs before this one. Because you've got Galaxies, EverQuest, World of Warcraft, Tabula Rasa. Trying to think, did Star Trek Online come out before this one? I know they were really close. Played Star Trek Online. Then you got a bunch of other ones like City of Heroes, City of Villains. What else did I play? Going through the Rolodex of games in my mind. It's going to be a Star Wars Battle Royale. It would not surprise me at all if they did a Star Wars Battle Royale. Okay, yeah, Rift. I beta tested Rift and then never played it again. Age of Conan I've not played. Oh, Lord of the Rings Online, I played that one. And you know, another thing about this game and whether or not you get burned out or not, I think it really has to do with varying up what you do. Because I've talked a bunch about how I used to be a hardcore raider in this game. And in the years that I was a hardcore raider, I main tanked, main healed, main DPS. So I've done it all. And now I don't hardcore raid anymore. Because that was what I did for like 3 years of this game. And now I just don't do it anymore. So that's just sort of a, you know, a different play. Hellgate London. Nope, never played that one. Did we talk about Rift yet? I think Rift, I said I beta tested that one and then never touched it again. I know Matrix Online was a thing. I never played that one. All right, see you later, Agent Iron Spider. My phone is making weird blinking things. I'm like, what's going on, phone? D&D Online, I think I did briefly play that one. Pirates of the Caribbean Online, I did not play, but Pirates of the Burning Sea Online, I did. So many MMOs out, it's crazy. Some of the more recent ones, Black Desert, I've not played. What's that one? Sword and Blade? Blade and Sword? Something like that. That I did play. Of course, WildStar. I played that one. I still like WildStar. I think WildStar is a severely underrated game. I think everybody should give that game a chance. Because that game got just so much hate. Yeah, it doesn't deserve it. It doesn't. Actually, Novik and I are going to be doing a WildStar stream on, I think it's the 16th, which is a Saturday. Is it the Saturday after E3 or something like that? Yeah, we're basically doing that to just bring some, sort of some acknowledgement to that game. Because like I said, it doesn't deserve all the hate that it's getting. Everybody's playing on Starforge. Yeah, I play on about 3 different servers. You love the humor in WildStar, like the taxi. And whenever you die, the guy laughs at you. Still wanting to do dungeons for the stream? To be honest with you, Novik, I don't think we'll be able to do dungeons. Because the dungeons in that game are super hard and I think we'll just die over and over. But in WildStar, they have something else called Adventures, I think is what they're called. And then there's another dungeon type that I can't remember the name. I think we could do those. But like an actual dungeon, I think we would die. Horribly. No, I totally agree with you, SWTOR John. WildStar has just sort of its steady player base right now, and I don't see it going up or down or anything. Yeah, the WildStar announcer. You leveled up. Way to go, Cupcake. Hypothetically, SWTOR 2 with a new engine and mechanics would be cool. Maybe someday. Who knows? Yeah, you never know if they would do another MMO. Okay, everybody, here real quick, I'll mention I'm actually going to be ending the stream here in just a minute or two. We are going to be hosting the Passionately Casual podcast. They have done an interview with Charles Boyd about the future of this game. So make sure everybody sticks around to check out that interview. Hopefully we will learn a bunch of really, really cool stuff. When is SWTOR 6.0? Either later this year or next year. We do not know. Maybe Charles in this interview will give us a better date. But I'm going to kick over to them here in about 60 seconds. But do you guys have any other questions before I kick it over to that stream? Yeah, I'm going to host their stream right here. So if you guys want to... Actually, we'll probably go ahead and raid them. That's probably a better way to do it. How do you see the interview? Just stay right here. You know what? We'll just go ahead and we'll just raid them. We'll go ahead and do that right now. So, real quick, everybody. The next SWTOR stream will be tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to go ahead and initiate the raid, and it's going to kick all of you over in 60 seconds. So we can talk here for about the next 50 seconds or so. But yep, next SWTOR stream for me will be tomorrow. And then, of course, we have Saturday morning SWTOR, which will be 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then, of course, we're going to be covering E3 here on this channel live. So make sure you stay tuned for all the E3 events. Everybody have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.